I can't read the text, it's white on white.
Yeah, exactly.
Drop shadow. It's so simple, game developers.
We were busy developing a world. Shut up. Yay, the ripples. And now, because you have freed Naydra, you get access to a shrine.
Yay.
Don't you feel special?
I do feel special. Your path has shown itself. Now go forth.
Congratulations for all your hard work. Now you get to do more work.
I think this one's a blessing. I think you just get the treasure.
I think it probably is. But that's just the way I looked at it when I first saw it. I'm like, congratulations, you did all that work. Now you have to go do more work.
There are shrines like that.
Yeah, there are. They annoy me. Like, you have to go through an arduous shrine quest, and there's still a puzzle to solve. I'm like, no! I did your work!
Oh, I cannot wait till I get to this game myself.
Yes.
Jitan Sami's blessing.
We still need to figure that out. I'm still debating whether or not we should just get you your own Switch so that we don't have to worry about hard drive issues.
Spear.
Yeah, maybe, but at least I got Hyrule Warriors first before Breath of the Wild.
And then Breath of the Wild 2. That'll be so exciting.
Because I'm sure that will be maybe by Christmas time. I don't.
Spirit or
what? Breath of the Wild 2?
No. I even get to Breath of the Wild?
I'm not even sure about that. Hyrule Warriors, considering other Musou games, is pretty deep. There actually is a pretty involved story in Hyrule Warriors compared to, like, you know, insert Dynasty Warriors.
Are you saying
surprising.
that I will be done with it before then?
No, I'm saying it might take longer.
So that's why I'm like, I got plenty of time. I'm pretty sure I get to Breath of the Wild, so if I get a Switch for Christmas, you know?
Yay! Maybe that's what we'll do. That way, at that point, we don't have to worry about hard drives. Unless, you know, Nintendo, you want to put out a separate hard drive for the damn thing. That way I can just keep a lot of games on file. It's like my biggest problem with this current generation of consoles. Hard drive space. Except on the Xbox. Our Xbox is fine. Xbox One is fine. It's got plenty of space. PS4, Nintendo, Switch? No, not really.
Maybe that's the only thing that Xbox is good for. Storage space for games.
If only you could do that. That would be amazing if you could store, like, Nintendo saves on the Xbox One. I'd be like, wow, my Xbox One has purpose. Something to that extent.
To that yellow beam.
Fly!
Oh, do we have a meteor landing? Oh, you just marked something. Okay. You got me excited for a fallen meteor, and it didn't happen.
Well, it's daylight, dude.
It is, in fact, daylight.
Probably
Don't
not-
they fall during the day?
I don't think so.
Aw.
Pretty sure they only come at night.
I could have sworn I picked one up during the day. I don't know anymore. I can't figure this stuff out anymore. I don't even know why I sound like Kermit the Frog right now. Hi, home. So while we have Andrea here, I'm actually going to go ahead and take advantage of the situation. There was technically a question that was asked of us that me and Alex have technically already answered on Brave Fencer Musashi. And I'm going to go ahead and...
Musashi.
Brave Fencer! Brave Fencer. Musashi didn't. But we weren't able to ask you it, Andrea, and it was also related to you. So here we go. What would you consider to be the hardest boss you have ever fought in a video game? Now, he put in the subtext of a boss that you still have nightmares about, but I'm just going to say the hardest boss, because sometimes we don't have nightmares about the bosses. Except Weegriff. Weegriff sucks.
Let me think of one.
Damn it.
Always a hair off.
What's a game that I've played that had a very difficult boss?
I don't know. I don't know all the games you played. I know a lot of them. She might have to think about this, people. The hardest boss that you've ever fought.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, I've played a lot of easy games, and...
Beetle's here.
Well, and the other thing that you have to consider with that is that bosses may be difficult to Andrea, but she will try 200 times just to get it down.
I mean, I know I played levels that were so freaking difficult.
Okay, give us that. Like, the hardest level you've ever played.
The one in Mario Galaxy, was it 2? Yeah, maybe Mario Galaxy 2, where you had to do a challenge where you had to do the perfect run and you were only allowed one sliver of health, and if you got hit, you automatically lose the challenge.
I haven't played 2, but I think they did that in 1 as well.
Well, I'm sure they did 1, but this one was like freaking ridiculously hard.
Like, you had to do like this maze of space, and it was just out to get you, and you only had 1 heart.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you just couldn't, you had no room to make a mistake. You had to make a flawless run. I mean, I guess the only bosses that I've had difficulty before trying was when I was playing Birth by Sleep.
Okay.
And fought Terra Xehanort, and I had no clue how to, about using this the ability mechanics and picking the right, types of moves that can help to your advantage. So that was pretty tough. But now that since I understood a little bit more,
so it was difficult because you didn't understand it.
Well, I did not understand that you could actually max out certain abilities that can give you more health or could give you more,
Because JRPGs are not your thing.
Well, because I was, did not know how to actually do that until I actually figured it out.
I'm not knocking her, people, but like, people who walked into Kingdom Hearts with a JRPG mindset were fine.
Oh, yeah.
No problem. They've done this stuff before. Anybody who didn't, or even to some extent walked in with a basic understanding of JRPGs, like, say, Alex is going to take this the wrong way, but Pokemon.
Yeah.
Where Square Enix has done way more complex puzzles than Pokemon has ever done.
Of course.
And so at that point, Square Enix has this really bad habit of assuming that everybody's played their games, and therefore they're already in the mindset. And that's not necessarily the case, especially for a game company who's trying to get more new fans, more new prospective buyers. So that was probably one of the things that really did hurt you. And in the Square Enix and Atlas case, I would say difficulty is definitely a challenge. Or lack of knowledge is definitely a challenge.
Because I think I did it with, just even, bare minimum stuff. I was like, oh, if I would have known this and could have gotten like second chance and all that stuff, it probably would have been easy. But since I never knew how to actually do a lot of the mechanics for Birth by Sleep as opposed to the regular.
Well, and you were a brand spanking new Kingdom Hearts fan that had never played the Final Fantasy games. You only knew them because I had introduced you to them, but you hadn't played them. Your JRPG experience up until that point was Pokemon. And so at that point, like, that's why I'm saying the lack of knowledge was its own handicap for you. Is because Square Enix immediately assumed, oh, you've always played our games. You've always had... You didn't? I mean, what hole were you living in? That's kind of how they would play that. And trust me, Square Enix is not the only one that does that. A lot of game companies actually do that, assuming that you're immediately part of the fan base and not necessarily a new player. You want me to give you a bad example? Nintendo. There are Zelda games that do go off the assumption you've played other Zelda games before. And so somebody like a brand new Zelda fan walking into them, they're clueless. No idea where to start. And no, I'm not calling Alex or Andrea stupid because they've never played Zelda games. Nintendo did. Great. Now you're never gonna play Zelda games ever again.
Probably.
Let's just be honest. Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, you're still gonna be on Breath of the Wild. You'll play a dungeon and you'll be like, screw this, I'm gonna go fishing.
No.
Well, besides, and fighting the
Fishing.
Phantom in Kingdom Hearts 1. Was back then, I was like, I can't do this.
But there have been, again, this is one of those knowledge handicaps deal where Square Enix has done that before. They've had bosses that complex in the Final Fantasy series. So, immediately assuming you've played Final Fantasy and you haven't. That's kind of the issue that happens there.
But I'm pretty sure there will be plenty more games down the road that I may have not played yet. It might be difficult, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of the deal. That's why I'm saying like lack of knowledge is kind of a handicap. It is a difficulty spike for you, but one that, like I said earlier, you adapt to because she will play the 200 times to get the minigame down.
Oh,
she
yeah.
will play like 100 times to get the boss down.
Oh man!
If she gets frustrated, she just turns off the game. That's something I can't do.
Oh, imagine though if I try Resident Evil 7 or 2 or something. I think that would be a whole different...
I'd almost want to be a fly on the wall
Well,
when that happens.
The remake of 2 has like assist mode and like.
It does have an assist mode, but 7 doesn't.
Yeah.
And 7 has quite a bit of jump scares. So at that point, it might actually be funny to see Andrea like totally absorbed into the gameplay, and then all of a sudden, Jack comes out of nowhere, and she's like, ah!
I would have to probably play
And then I'd come into the room, I'd be like, see? You can't laugh at me!
Hey, I never said I laughed at you.
I'd like to see you try Alien Isolation.
From what I've been told, that would be a problem for me. Like, I'm not a fan of the Alien series. I've never watched any of the movies. But from what people have told me about Isolation, it wouldn't go well.
I may have to try and brave it through and play like Last of Us before I do Resident Evil.
I'm just trying to think in my head of like The Last of Us would teach you how to play Resident Evil. Maybe.
Well,
maybe.
probably get used to the whole scaring mechanics.
Well, but there are also elements in Last of Us that aren't used in Resident Evil. For example, the clickers.
Well, yeah, but I would probably have to play either Tomb Raider or have to play Uncharted before I do Last of Us.
There's just these times where I'm
Skin
pretty
rapey
sure
enemies.
if your
Gotta
parents
run,
knew the
gotta
games
run.
that I had exposed you guys to, she'd probably kill me.
Shit.
Like, you showed my kids these games? Yes, because I played them. How did your mom let you play them? She didn't. Sometimes people play games they're not supposed to.
It's the Hinox.
Hinox. Hinox. Hinox. Hey, Nox, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go
I'm
play.
gonna mark that for later. I won't worry about him right now.
This is one of those random days for me, isn't it? Yeah, pretty much. Your footsteps from a mile away woke him up.
Pretty much.
Seriously.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, hi. Oh, Yura.
Imagine if the Hinox was following you right now and...
Hey, come here. Kinda can't. We have a Hinox chasing us.
Yeah, don't you hear the jazz music going?
Oh my. Oh, wow. Oh, look. It's a Hylian. A real Hylian. I mean, you are a Hylian, right?
No, I'm not. Yes, I am.
I knew it. I so knew it. Well, what are you waiting for? Go see Prince Sidon. He's waiting at the Inogo Bridge, which is upstream of Zora River. Please listen to what dear Prince Sidon has to say.
Isn't it just Sidon? Like
I
Poseidon.
know it's sudden, but you'll understand everything once you get there. Trust me, you'll see. I'm going off of Mipha's pronunciation of his name. Because we actually do have an example via DLC of her saying his names, and she says Sidon.
Sidon. Never heard of
What?
I don't know what I'm trying to say there.
Ever heard of Poe?
I know.
Yes, I have heard of Kung Fu Panda. It's an amazing set of movies. I have no problem talking about it right now. What? I mean, there you go.
Whee! Catch that updraft.
Oh yeah, we are actually really close to Zora territory, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right, well there you go.
Whoa.
Your Boko shield is badly damaged, Alex.
I know.
Or let me rephrase that. Your plank of wood is badly damaged. Plank of tree bark. That's probably more appropriate. Now don't touch that sword, Alex.
I'll
give
just
Link
die
tetanus.
already.
I'm gonna climb the rib.
Gotta climb the ribs.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep, there's a shrine right there.
The Shrine of the Silver Monkey.
Indeed. There is, in fact, a shrine of the Silver Monkey.
Which is that one puzzle that every kid tripped up on in Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Most did. I think one or two figured it out.
Yeah. I'm not saying nobody figured it out, but
The weird part
but it
is like
tripped a lot of kids up.
So there were multiple solutions to each room, and there technically was one in the shrine
You
that was
just
stupid
fuckers,
easy.
leave me alone, you pieces of shit! I hate all of you!
Okay.
Fucking... Hey. Get out of my face!
Headshot.
Hey, you could hit him one more time.
That was his buddy.
Oh. Well, yeah, but I mean, you could hit that guy too.
He's like, hi. Hi. Are you really Link? Can I get your autograph before I kill you?
Fishy! Or frog.
That
rather.
frog was broke. It's like,
Hey.
please, get me out from under this chest. Hey, look, bokoblins built tree houses.
They do?
Apparently so. Yeah, let's just go up to the tower. Jeez, what tower would this be? Not Lake Tower.
Cluedo, probably.
Lanayru
Lanayru
Tower.
Lanayru.
Because we're close to Mount Lanayru.
Yeah.
Yay!
Lanayru, I've come to bargain.
I just love what you did there. That's amazing.
I come to bargain.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain. That's what he was doing.
Dun, dun.
And if you don't bargain with me, I will play Groundhog Day with you. Endlessly.
I cannot wait to see Doctor Strange again when he's going back in time. How many times?
Yep. Oh, it's amazing.
It's like, haven't we been? It's like feels like, haven't we been through this? Like, how many times?
I'm definitely looking forward to Doctor Strange 2. I really want to see what they're gonna do with it. The multiverse of madness. That almost feels like it should be a monster truck commercial. The multiverse of madness, madness, madness.
You'll only need the edge.
The edge, the edge.
Price of admission covers the whole scene, but you'll only need the edge.
You only need the edge. That would be amazing to just say like, oh, you only paid for the edge of the seat. You don't get the rest.
Oh.
I need to work out more. I made things so hard for myself.
Sheikah Tower.
I sat in a back to tank for too many years.
scanning area.
The building cannot be red. It's gotta be blue.
Let the Mountain Dew flow. Fist bump. This is what Alex has to deal with, people. We're just that much of a geek couple.